Okay, so we already know about Newton's universal law of gravitation, and from this sentence we actually get this formula, which is F equals to G m1 m2 over r squared. So F is the gravitational force between two bodies, meaning we have two objects here. Let's say object A or object number 1 and object number 2. Okay, body number 1, body number 2. So the mass of number 1 is m1, the mass of number 2 is m2. So F is the gravitational force between M1 and M2. So G is the gravitational constant. You can type out this number or you can use your calculator. Okay, constant, and then you find 39. It should give you G on the screen of your calculator. Okay, and then M1 is the mass of the first body. Okay, M2 is the mass of second body. Okay, actually it doesn't matter which one is M1, which one is M2, because you only have two. If this is M1, this is M2. If this is M1, this is M2. Doesn't matter. And then R is the distance between the centers of two bodies. So you have to understand R is the distance between centers, yeah? Okay, so you're talking about, okay, this is the center, this is the center. Please check, because sometimes the question, it is between the information given is from the surface. Okay, never mind. After this, when we do question, you will see. But the point is, R is the distance between the centers of the two bodies. Okay, so let's try and do some question to see how to use the formula. Okay, so this is the first question. I'm going to write the formula first. F equals to G m1 m2 over r squared. So if you are wondering why are we using this formula, because you can see here, calculate the gravitational force. What else can you use? Okay, I mean technically yes, there are some other things, but here all the information are complete. So you can use this formula to calculate the gravitational force between object A and object B. So now F is the force, G is the gravitational constant. You can use 6.67 times 10 to the power negative 11. Okay, I don't think we have enough space here, so I'm going to okay, better. So M1. So what is M1? So this is M1, this is M2. Again, doesn't matter which one is which. Okay, as long as both numbers are here. So you put here and then you divide. So what is R? R is the distance between two centers. Okay, so this is center, this is center. So you get 0.5. So wrong. Why is this wrong? Because look at the unit. This one is kilometer. So you have to change from 0.5 kilometer into unit meter. Okay, SI unit. So how to change kilometer to meter? You have to multiply by 1000. So you will get 500 meter. So erase lah. So you will get 500 meters. Right? Not enough because remember, this is important. So you have to square them. So now you just calculate lah. Okay, I'm also going to calculate right now. You can calculate together. 6.67 exponent negative 11 times 25 times 60. You divide by 500 square. So you are going to get 4.000. Okay, 4.0 times 10 to the power of negative 13. Okay, don't forget the unit for force is always Newton. So this is how you calculate gravitational force. Make sure you get all the information with the correct unit, the correct value. And then after you are able to find all of the information, okay, then you can use the formula. Okay, so now let's try another one. Okay, so now center of object X is 500 kilometer away from the surface of Y. This is interesting. Why? Because given that, okay, this is the center. Fine lah. Okay, but 500 kilometer away is from the surface. Remember, if we are using the formula Gm1 m2 over r squared, you have to make sure the r value is between the two centers. So this is the center of Y. So you cannot use 500 kilometer because 500 is not from center to center. So this is the total value or total distance. This should be your r value. Okay, always from center to center. So now given that the radius of Y is 3 times 10 to the power of 6. Okay, so now to be able to get this value, you have to plus lah. Okay, So never mind, we'll just write first. G is 6.67 times 10 to the power of negative 11 multiplied by M1, which is 5 times 10 to the power of 10. M2 is 2 times 10 to the power of 25. And then you divide by 500. Remember, you have to change to meter. Earlier we did times 1000. So 500,000 plus 3 times 10 to the power of 6. Don't forget, you have to square the value. Please remember everything. Okay, so calculate properly. Okay, you have to be able to calculate all the information because the numbers are very large usually or very small. So you have to make sure you are calculating them correctly. So let's try together. I'm also going to calculate multiplied by 2 times 10 to the power of 25. And then you divide by 500. Don't forget about bracket. And the bracket is very important. And 6. I'm also calculating right now. So please do so. Okay, so from here you will get 5.44 times 10 to the power of 12 Newton. Okay, double check. 5 times 10 to the power of 10 times 2 times 10 to the power of 25 divide by 500,000 plus wait. Okay, 3 times 10 to the power of 6 squared. So you will get 3.44 or 3.45 times 10 to the power of 12. Okay, so that is how you calculate the gravitational force. Okay, so as long as you are aware of the formula, the unit, and also the value that you should put, okay, it should be fine. All right, so that is for gravitational force.